I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Welcome back, boys and girls, to part 2 of South Park Restoration. And I just noticed that Buffalo Pinball is live right now. TurboGrafx 7. I believe that's Ryan Kuiper. And Buffalo Pinball is Nick Lane and I know his name, but I can't remember at the moment because this is Pinball Shenanigans and it's very on the fly, and I don't think of anything before I hit the record button. I just hit record and see what happens. Anyway, Legends of Valhalla looks pretty cool so far. Oh, look, Stargazer, Sea Witch, Quicksilver, Meteor. Holy, what a stern lineup. Wowzers. Okay, so I gotta give a shout out to Jerry Claus, who runs the Pinball Repair Help group on Facebook. After I posted my non-working solenoid issue, I was directed into the path of the transistor for it, which I normally think of, but somehow I had a brain fart and didn't think of it at the time. So, in the last video you saw me ground the transistor and nothing happened. So I mentioned that to Jerry, and he said that is probably, no, he said if it's not firing the solenoid when you're grounding the transistor, that it is the black-brown wire. You have lost continuity somewhere. He is a wealth of knowledge. So I threw a new wire. See this green wire right there? That is a new wire. And I have that running all along. I stole this from my black hole playfield, but it wasn't quite long enough, so I added an alligator clip, but that's okay. I needed to clip it to the solenoid anyways. See? Okay, so now we are in coil test under run. Now what I have to do is hit begin test and see if the solenoid fires. I've already done this, so I know what the answer is. What do you think the answer is going to be? Well, here it is. Jerry is right. Somewhere there's a break in that brown-black wire. So, I can do one of two things. Try and track it down, which is probably 12 feet of wire, and in harnesses, through connectors, or I could add a new wire. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'll probably look for it for a little bit. See if I can find the break somewhere. Just systematically test continuity from checkpoint to checkpoint. Hey. Oh yeah, that's just for the lug. I noticed a couple of those had slipped off the trough switches, so I popped them back on. Thought there was another one, but okay, so this is good news. This really means that at the very least I can rig this up to play tomorrow when I have the boys over for some action. And at the very best I can find the break in the wire somewhere. Also, Jim Wilkes, I appreciate your insight on all the things you say. And just to show you, here's my collection of wire strippers. This is the one you saw or seen, and you said this is kind of crappy, and I kind of agree. That's why I went and bought this guy. This is the automatic wire strippers. I just never really got in the habit of using it, and I guess in certain instances it's not all that handy if you're trying to do something under the playfield that doesn't have a lot of wire to work with, but in most cases, this is probably good. So, just so you know, I stripped that green wire that I stole from Black Hole using these strippers. But I've got a collection. I thought I bought these recently, but they are sticking. So these, I must have another set somewhere similar to this that I thought would be awesome with all the different gauges. But the other problem is I can't look at a wire and know what the gauge is. So I don't know which friggin' hole to stick it in. That's kind of why I like go with this one and just squeeze until I feel like I shouldn't squeeze no more. And then the automatic one also has a couple dials. This is an adjustment. This, I believe, is an adjustment. I don't really know what I'm doing exactly on this one either, but these are kind of like part crimpers, part strippers, etc. So anyway, I've got friggin' wire strippers coming at the yin yang, but definitely gonna try to learn. I mean, I paid $30 for these guys, so I better friggin' learn how to use them. Anyway, I am going to see if I can find a break in the wire, and we should be able to really play this game after. So let's see what I can find. Kevin Manny. See, as soon as I stopped the recording, it came to my brain. I knew I had it up in there somewhere. Now I got it out. Oh, and on a side note, I did clean up the upkicker mech with a new sleeve. Cleaned her all up. Oh, there's Henry messaging me. I invited him over for tomorrow, and I think he said something like he'll message me tomorrow. I'll have to go in and read that. But yeah, I'm hoping to maybe have Harlem and South Park in the mix, along with the new Dracula. Oh, on another side note, beer. Okay, I've been tracing wires, probably about 15 minutes or so. So this wire does come over to this harness here, and then down. Whoa, careful, into this guy here. I traced where it was, somewhere around there. Then I found it again right here. There's a little bit of a kink here, so I thought that might have been it, but it didn't do anything. And then going back the other way from here, like I said, I tested continuity on either side of the connector, followed it back down, it comes back down here, and then here, there it is again. Voila. There's really no great test points, so what I did was take another look at this connector, disconnected it, checked the continuity on the one side, it's good. Reconnected the connector, pushed the wires in on either side. It's the third pin here. It goes in here from the coil and out here, and then back down and around. So reseating, pushing wires in, back in coil test, and I'm going to hit the begin test button and listen to the wonderfulness that this is. Boom. So I found the weak spot of the black-brown wire, brown-black technically. So that means we can play. I'm going to set it up and see if we can actually play a game without having to manually upkick the ball. Oh, and I think at the beginning of this video I said part 2, but I think it's actually part 3, so I'm correcting myself. And look, I went to like tighten my phone and on my new adapter, not new, but now it's actually staying on. Anyway, this piece is falling off. I don't trust my phone anymore, but all of a sudden now it's perfectly fine, so what in tarnation? Anyway, we're going to play a game. Give me one moment. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. See, I told you this thing's popping off. So, time to buy a new one. Okay, I busted out my other tripod. This angle is kind of weird because my voice is going to be in front of the camera, so you may not hear me that well, but doesn't matter. This is just a play testing. See if the thing actually works. Do I have credits?
Hello there, children. Hey, Dad.
Shit.
Kick the baby. Don't kick the baby.
Alright, did I not say that it's Mega Touch night with Jamie? Well, she kind of passed out a little early. So that's why I'm even down here.
We've got
And
to do something, children.
that's why I've got the volume a little low. But hopefully we can see everything we need to see here. Display, flippers. We got a ball in the shooter lane. Alright, let's give this a go. I'll try and chime in from time to time for sure. But I don't know how well you'll hear me. But if I want to actually play anything decent, I'm gonna have to like stick my head out of the speaker zone. So we'll see what happens. Skill shot. That is a big giant saucer, that's for sure. Okay, shoot the hole. Whoa. Anal value grows? Did you see that? Anal value. Whoa. This slingshot didn't fire. That's my excuse. This is like my legit first game that's sort of working. Pretty cool. Alright, let's see what we can do.
Come on, we gotta save
I have no idea how to play this game. Imagine there's a multi-ball somewhere.
I'm not gay.
Kenny shot. Okay, let's try and kill Kenny. Oh, two-assed monkey?
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool. Uh-oh. You get a ball save? Oh, there is a ball save.
Ball so quick.
Chef, extra ball. Sweet. I didn't even see that was lit.
You just had a sweet Mr.
Mr. Mackey.
Now, boys, you need to listen up, okay?
A little frenzy mode. Cool.
Okay. 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 Okay.
No spinner on this game anywhere? Okay. Do I stack Kenny into this or no?
Okay.
No, not looking like it. Alright. Now what? Okay, we already played this mode. 3 more. How come when I go for the giant gaping hole I miss? But I fluke it in there every other time. Oh right, I forgot about that extra ball. Okay. Where's the multi-ball on this? Drop targets. Whoa, there we go. We got multi-ball ready.
Shoot the ramp.
Shoot the ramp, okay.
Oh no, super spot puppet.
Okay. Yes! Oh, into the toilet. That's cool. And the little poo guy works too, I think. Was that him flushing the toilet? Oh, shoot. Okay, did you see that? The balls, I think I had 2 balls in the hole there, and they were not successfully firing out. And I think maybe it just gave up. So, yeah, that's what it is. I got 2 balls stuck in the upkicker there. And, alright, I'm going to shut it off. Okay, pretty sweet. We actually got to play some South Park. Yeah, so I guess when 2 balls are in there, it has a hard time kicking them out. So that could just be an alignment thing, maybe, because I'm sure, you know, that should not be the case. I'm sure Sega figured out that, hey, if 2 balls are in there, we got to make sure they fire out. So should be just an adjustment or something, but yeah. All right, cool. We got the multi-ball. I don't think I remember seeing these light up. So if I'm gonna, ooh, I wonder if I should LED this thing tonight. That'd be kind of cool. Spooky vision. But I only have so much time, and to LED this thing could take a while, but I could probably at least do the inserts. That would be kind of fun, because we want all the lights working for tomorrow, don't we? Obviously, make sure that I fix this, but for the most part, this thing is playable. So that is a good start. I'm going to figure out what I want to do, how much time I got, and go from there. Oh, and good news, I found out what my issue was with my little adapter here. It was just the screw had come loose, so I found it on the floor and tightened her up, and that is now good to go. I also removed the old battery pack. We don't need that anymore. Uh-oh. Oh boy. See, let's see. Yeah, that one guy. It's just corrosion-y enough to be part of the problem and not part of the solution. So this guy, you know where that goes. Alright, I got it in lamp test, and oh, I put the back glass back in, removed the tape for whatever reason on either side of the fluorescent tube, and yeah, so actually haven't really noticed too many bulbs out. Maybe there might be another one here. What else do we get? All the pop bumpers are working, surprisingly. Do you see any? Maybe these stars? No, they're probably flashers. Wonder if Death has a bulb. But even like the toilet bulbs are working, the ramp bulbs are working. So actually, surprisingly, most of them are working. But do I have time to LED? Or what's the most important thing if I want to play tomorrow would be functionality. So there's that. And maybe I'll go into switch test and try and just make sure all the switches are working. That's what I'll do. Alright, let's take a peek and see if these switches are working. I don't know if you can hear. Probably. Are the slingshots live? No. So I got the coin door open. Alright. Targets. I suspect maybe one of the targets won't be working. Pop bumper switches. Let's check these guys. These guys are working. Remember, Eric at District 82 was doing a little, repair video after his 6 tournaments that he had a couple weeks ago, or fairly recently, maybe it was last weekend. He was having issues with these targets not registering. So it's cool that mine are actually working. They get beat on quite a lot. Let's try a ramp switch. Other ramp switch. What else do we get? I mean, we know that switch works because it worked in gameplay. Flashers might be next. There's probably no switch associated with that. Maybe end of stroke switches, or Sega didn't use them, or did they? No. I already tested the trough switches, so we know those are good. Shooter lane switch. Throw my light there. We know this. We think the subway switches are working. So, all in all, switches seem fine. Pretty impressive. I did make a post to see if anyone out there has a South Park plastic set. Looks like someone has the file for this plastic posted on, what is it, Thingiverse or whatever it's called, Thingiverse or something, which is a common, it wraps all the way around. So this is actually part of this. But you have to, like, it's just the art. You gotta, get your own plastic made. So it'll be interesting to see if I can muster up a plastic set. If not, I don't know. I'll have to figure something out. Is this guy a switch at all? No, just a solenoid. Yeah, okay, well, that's kind of impressive. Don't really need to worry about the coin switches. So, well, that checks out. Alright, so I decided to just give the playfield a bit of a cleaning with the Novus 2. A little vacuuming, get rid of the dust and crust. And turned out pretty well, just for a little once over. We got a little bit of wear in the scoops. But in terms of playfield wear, I mean, there really isn't much else. Oopsie. Push that back down. Outhole's not bad at all. Oh yeah, the inlanes. The inlane where the ball drops on both sides is a little bit crusty. And I think that is about all that I saw. So it's really not that bad. It's kind of shaping up already. So not sure what my strategy is yet. It's kind of getting late. If I were to get into LEDing this thing, it would just take too long. I am missing the topper. I think it's a Cartman topper. I got the little label thing. So I don't know if that's available. I already didn't have luck with the plastics. Maybe there's at least a decal set. That would be nice. And yeah, I think what I'm gonna do, clean up the glass and play a couple games and then wrap it up. So hey, that was pretty successful. So should be good to go for tomorrow. Oh, I do gotta adjust that upkicker still. Haven't done that yet. Remind me to do that. Okay, that's the end of this one. Thanks again. We'll see you guys on the next one. bonus footage. I went and checked all the flashers. There are a lot of them. But they're all now working. These two were out. This guy and this guy. I can understand why, because they're a little tricky to get off these domes. And then in the last moment, I found those guys were good. That guy was out too. A little sneaky guy back there. So I think all the flashers are now good. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up for real this time. Oh, maybe not. I'm going to clean the glass and play a game before going to bed.